Alright, the air conditioning on this 2017 Honda Civic, I developed a problem. So this morning's problem, what I noticed, every time I use my gauges, I always put on the vacuum pump first and I draw it down to make sure it goes into microns. But this morning, something different happened. Watch the micron gauge. Watch what happens when I open up the low side. It lost vacuum and it cannot pull into the microns. Now on the other side, the high side's open, let's close the low side. So we're isolating where the problem is. So we know the problem is not in any of the fittings here, here, or here. Could it be here? That is fine. Open it up to the low side. I lose vacuum. I can't get back down into microns. So we know it's in the hose to the fitting. Most likely we know it's fitting. Now I've caught enough of these on video that I've posted that we know these are not reliable. They leak sometimes. Well, here in this case, is the leak coming from inside down here? Is the leak coming from up in the shaft and leaking through there or at my seal here? Well, let's find out. We could do something really simple. Let's isolate it. If it's coming from inside, then as soon as you connect it, it will seal up and we'll get our vacuum back. So let's experiment with that. Let's get some Nylog here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Okay, so even this seal, if you could see that little seal right, god damn it, if you could barely see that little green seal in there, that has nothing to do with it leaking when it's disconnected. That is the seal after you connect it to the atmosphere. But even if you had any little imperfections, it could leak there. So you just put a little bit of Nylog or silicone grease around the outside of your fitting, because that's where it seals. It seals around the outside. And when I attach this, if the leak is coming from up inside the shaft there, we will get our vacuum back and it'll go back into the micron range. There we go. I didn't put it down. All I'm doing is using that outer sealing surface to see if it was leaking from inside, which it makes no difference. It's still leaking. So that's where it's most likely coming up the shaft and coming from underneath here on the actual dial itself. So this has gone bad since I used it yesterday, and now it decided to leak. So what we'll do is we will take this one off, and this one is now scrap metal unless I decide to take it apart and do surgery on it. We'll put this one on there. We'll hook this one up. And then we'll open this back up. And that should be under vacuum. That. Close back that down. Let's see if I was wrong. No. Good morning. Oh, still not going under vacuum. Okay. I gotta check the hose and the seal at the end, or maybe the shaft right here. So let me find out. I'm gonna put the camera down. I'm gonna take the screw out here, put some Nylog around there, see if it's leaking right there.